Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, okay. So, any doubt with respect to previous session? Hope it's clear, right? It's a very basic session. Okay, fine. Okay. So today, so we'll learn something about a JSON. Okay. So this is very important session. Okay. Okay. First of all, so what is JSON? So what's the full form of JSON? Okay, so JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation. Okay, so why we are using JSON? What exactly the purpose of JSON that we need to learn, right? So why we are using a JSON? Okay, so and what is the purpose of using the JSON? Okay, so very basic purpose is to transfer the information from one system to another system. Okay, so as you already know, okay, for example, this is a client machine. This is the server machine. Maybe client machine as developed by using a .NET language. Server is there in the Java language. Okay, so these both is cannot communicate directly. Okay. For example, see this is a okay. Just take a general example. Okay, see this is the Amazon application. So inside the Amazon application, what we will do? So what we will do? So we will search for the product. So after searching the product, we will add that product to the cart. After adding to the cart, okay. So what we will do after adding to the cart, we will click on the purchase now or buy now button, correct? So here we have a buy now button. After estimating all the prices, here we have a buy now button. So soon after clicking on this buy now button, so what happens? What happens in the UI? Okay, this is a buy now. It's a buy now button. Okay, so whenever we are clicking on the buy now button, immediately list of options will be opened. Okay, so here list of option will be opened here. So what is that list of option? Hmm. Here when we click on the buy now, it will take you to the another window and it will provide you the list of option. Okay, so that list of option is you can buy through PhonePe or PhonePe or you can buy through Google Pay, okay, or you can buy through what is that? Paytm, or you can add your bank account. Okay, credit or debit. Okay, so different options we will be getting. Okay, so okay, so suppose we have clicked on buy through PhonePe. Okay, so what happens immediately? It will redirect you to the PhonePe window. Okay, whenever we are clicking on the PhonePe option, it will redirect you to the PhonePe window here. Okay, it will redirect to the PhonePe window. Okay, so just consider now this is a PhonePe application. Okay, so obviously, right, whenever we are taking a whenever we are taking something and whenever we are providing, proceeding with the phone pay, and it will take you completely to the phone pay window, or else you will get a link in the phone pay. Okay, so all these things will happen. Okay, so now consider This my Amazon application is built in Python language. Okay. And this application is built in PhonePe application is built in Java language. Okay. So whatever the request we are sending to this application, how it's able to understand, because this is a Python, this is a Java. Okay, they both are different language. Okay, they are not able to understand what this Amazon is sending it to the request, and whatever the response it's sending back, this Amazon is not able to understand what response this phone pay is sending. Okay, so they are not able to communicate with each other. So internally, so this whatever the call is happening, okay, see if when we are clicking on the buy now, okay, the request is going to the phone pay. So this request, how it will go through the API. Okay, then from the when we are selecting the phone pay, again it will redirect you to the phone pay application. Okay, how it happens from here to Amazon to phone pay, we have a API. Okay, so okay, we have a API, that's fine, but whatever the request it is taking from the Amazon application, it has to provide it to the phone pay application, right? Okay, they have to understand it. For that purpose only we are integrating the API. Okay, API is nothing but application programming interface, correct? Okay, between the two application, it is providing a interface to communicate with each other. Okay, so communicating okay, it is facilitating by using a URL. Okay, means by using a API we are achieving it. Okay, but we have to use some common language to understand it, right? So for that purpose, for the transferring the data, okay, from one system to another system, we are making use of a JSON language. This is a common language. All the language. This is, this is not a language dependency. This is language independence. Okay, so all the language can understand JSON language. Okay, so any language you can take. Okay, Python, Java, C Sharp, PHP, whatever may be the language. Okay, so every language can understand the JSON language. That's why, for example, this is something like, if both knows the English, that's why I'm teaching in English. Okay, if we both knowing some other language, yes, we can continue that language. Okay, because we are both are comfortable and familiar with the English, yes, we are speaking in English. Okay, so here also every language is familiar with the JSON, so we are using a JSON in between for the transferring of the data from one system to another system. Okay, so knowing about the JSON before going into the API testing is very important, because while we are sending the request, while we are getting the request, everything we are dealing with the JSON language. Okay, so whenever it is sending us the response, we should be able to understand, okay, what response it is sending, what it contains, okay, what are the parameter it has, all the things we should be able to understand. Okay, and very important with respect to the interview as well. Okay, so they will ask you why we are using the JSON and what exactly the purpose of JSON. Okay, so why we are using the JSON, the answer is I already explained you. Okay, because it's a language, every language can understand the JSON. So for the communication purpose we are using the JSON. Okay, the main purpose of the JSON is to transfer the information from one system to another system. Okay, so now this is some advantages of the JSON is very simple language, anybody can understand, even the non-programming background candidate can understand what they are written in the JSON. Okay, so very lightweight, obviously it's very lightweight and easy to write and understand, and it is available in the form of key value pay. Okay. Mm, okay, so it is available in the form of key value pair. Okay, since it is a very lightweight, see, you can also ask me the questions, right? So we have a HTML, we have a XML, all this also we can use for the data transfer, right? So why we are not using all those language? Because XML and all, okay, if you are knowing about the SOAP and all, before we were using the XML language for the communication purpose. Okay, but now why we are jumping into the JSON, why can't we use those languages? Okay, so in interview also they may ask you why you won't use XML, why you are using JSON, why can't you use that? Because previously and all we were handling with the XML, right? Like that, if they ask you. Okay, since it is a very lightweight language, JSON is very lightweight language. Okay, so since it is a very lightweight language, it is easy to process inside the server. Okay, for any of the data processing also, it is very easy. It will, for example, if XML is giving a result in 2 seconds, means it is can able to give a result in 1 second, because this is very lightweight language. If you look at the code also, you will get to know. Okay, to achieve the same task, how many lines of code XML is taking to achieve the same task, how many lines of code JSON is taking, that we will be seeing later. Okay, then you will get to know. Okay, so it's very lightweight language. This is all the advantages you have to specify while you are answering in the interview. Okay, later I will pass all these slides in the drive. Okay, so you can access that once after you are enrolling. So yes, it's a simple language and anybody can easily read and write. Means anybody can easily understand it. Okay, so very lightweight language, obviously. Okay, since it is a very lightweight language, data processing will be fast. Okay, data processing will be fast. You have to use a technical word while you are answering in the interview. Okay, so easy to write and understand. It is available in the key value format. Okay, so all the data we will be sending in the form of key value. Okay. Okay, this is all about this slide. Okay, so if you understand this, here while we are sending the HTTP request, okay, this is a, post API. Okay, this is a, from that we are getting the response back. Okay, while we are sending the request, while we are getting the response, obviously we have to follow the JSON language. Okay. Hmm. This is what same thing. Whatever I explain. See, whenever you are clicking some, just say suppose this is your system. Okay, in the system you have opened google.com. Okay, there you are typing http/amazon.com. Okay, so whenever you are typing this website, so what happens? HTTP request. Okay, HTTP request will be happening here to the Amazon application. So you will, you will buy all the whatever the product you want to search. You are searched and you are adding it to the cart. Okay. So now what's happening? Yes. Okay. So now it is, redirecting to the payment page. Okay. Yes, payment page of the Amazon. So whenever we are redirecting to the payment page, okay, immediately what happens? Again the request will go to the HDFC bank account. Okay, so just a banking account it is going. So here request is how it's happening. Again here we are calling a API from this application to this application. Okay, here it search for the uh, transaction. Here it search for the particular action that needs to perform. Here all the processing will happen and again it will provide the response back. See, observe here, while sending the request, while getting the responses, we are using a JSON. Okay, then it will provide us here. See, as part of the response, it is providing here credit card and expiration date. Okay, so all this information we are providing, we are entering and we are performing the transaction. Okay, this is just a whatever I explained just now, that is in a pictorial way I written here. Hmm. Now, okay. So look at the hmm, look at the objects that we have created with respect to Java, with respect to XML object, and with respect to JSON object. If you are aware of Java, to create a single object, what we have to do? To create a object and to provide, to access the information that is available inside the variable and all, we have to follow so many things, right? First we need to create a object, and then we have, if we are not, initialize the variables, we have to initialize it, and then we have to call the object reference. By calling the object reference, we need to call all the values. Okay, this is what all about Java. Okay, so if you look at this XML, see, just compare with the JSON and the XML. Okay, same data, whatever the data we are handling in the XML, that is only we are handling the JSON also. Okay, so what's happening here? See, to achieve the same data, it is started from here and it is ending here. And if I want to specify the multiple phone numbers in the single line only, I'm achieving that in the key value pair. See, ID is the key, value is one, name is the key, value is here. Okay, so phone is the key and this is the value, multiple value this is. Okay, and this is the wife and again it started. Okay, so key value pair we have specified, and by looking into that only it is easy to read and write. Okay, and it's very lightweight. See, there's no tags and all. Same data we achieved here in the XML. See, to achieve the same information, same data, okay, how much of tag we have to use. See, to provide the value also, see, opening tag, closing tag. To provide the name also, opening tag, closing tag. So to provide the phone number, again here we opened, again we are closing, and again multiple, to handle the multiple data, again we need to start with the opening tag and again we need to close with the opening tag. Okay, again in the wife what we have added, and again opening tag and closing tag. So to achieve the same data we have to work with the so many tags. Okay, so the processing of the data will be a much difficult in this case. Okay, means if it is getting difficult in the sense it is taking lot of time because it has to process all the tags, right? It has to traverse through all the tags. So to traverse through the all the tags itself it will take a time. Okay, so processing of data is much faster in the JSON than in any other object. Okay, so that's why we are going with the JSON while we are working with the APIs. Okay, if you're not getting something, just stop me and ask me the doubt. Okay, hope it's clear. Mm, fine. Okay, so this is what you have to give a much concentration. Okay, because now we are going to learn how we can create the JSON object, how we can create the JSON array, and what are the data types it contains and what are the syntax we need to follow. Okay, so you have to give some attention. So all this, whatever we are learned in the previous session, it is all about basic info about the JSON, why we are using, what is the use of a JSON, and how it is useful than the other languages. Okay, all these things we learn. Now we are learning about the syntax of the JSON. Okay, so now, okay, so go through the syntax rule. See, data is in the key value pair. Okay, so data, whatever the data we are specifying, that we need to specify in the key value pair. Okay, and data is separated by commas. Okay, and curly braces to hold the object, square braces to hold the arrays. Okay, so now we'll create it.
Can you repeat it again, please? It was not coming your voice properly.
Okay, so now is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so see, whatever the data we are creating with the help of the JSON, so what we have to follow? So data is in the form of key value pair. Okay, we will be writing now. Okay, and data is separated by the commas, curly braces to hold the object, square braces to hold the array. Okay, so now we will create it, then you will get to know. Okay, okay, so suppose we are creating one data in JSON. So what is that data? So curly braces to hold the object. Okay, so we are holding some object means we have to start with the curly brace and end with the curly brace. Fine. Okay, so now all the data, whatever the data we need to handle, that we need to specify here. Okay, so suppose this is the employee ID I need to specify. Okay, first I'm providing the employee ID key, and this is the employee ID. Okay, so this is one pair of data. Okay, that I specified in the key value pair. This is my key and this is my value. Each and every key and value should be, means each and every data should be end with a comma. Okay, so I'm ending with the comma. Hope you are following. Okay, I'm ending with the comma. Then I'm going to the next, maybe employee name. So this is of string. Okay. Mm, yes. Shall. Okay, so I'm ending with a comma. Maybe. Okay. So now here I will specify the phone number. Hmm. Just think I have a multiple phone number. Okay. So I will open the curly brace to represent the array. Okay. So inside this, I have a multiple values. B, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one phone number. Okay. This is representing the array. Okay. Fine. Hmm. Okay. So this is one JSON object. Okay. So what it contains. So data we are representing in the key value format. Okay. That's fine. And each and every data is ending with a comma. Yes, we are ending with a comma. Okay. If we want to specify the collection of data, so we need to create a array for it. Okay. See, it is opening in square bracket and closing in square bracket, and it contains the multiple values inside for the single key. Means obviously this is array. Okay. So array concept you remember, right? For the single variable, if you want to store the multiple value, yes, we need to follow the array concept. Okay. So here also for the single key, we have to store the multiple values. Means yes, we have a syntax to create a array here. So we are creating the array. Okay. So this is the object creation. So in JSON, each and every data will be considered as an object. Okay. So this is the object creation, and this is the array creation. And this is how we need to follow key value pair, and each and every value is ending with a comma. Last value should be, means you should not end with a comma. Okay. So here, okay, this is what the basic information. Okay. So now, okay, so this part we done. Square brackets holds the arrays, curly braces holds the object, data is separated by commas, data is in the key value pair. Okay, this is done. Syntax is done now. Okay, so now we'll look into the data type. Okay, see here, JSON values. Okay, so just remember always. Okay, this is the interview question as well. So always JSON key is of the type string form string. Okay, so data type of the JSON key will not change, it is always remains the string only. Okay, but the value of the JSON may differ according to the data that we are passing. Okay, for example, the value can accept the data type of following. What are the values is applicable for the value? Means, hope it's understanding, right? If you're not understanding, just ask me immediately. Okay, see, whatever the key is there this side, see, just observe each and every key we have enclosed in the double quotes only. Okay, so this key always accepts the string type. Okay, there's no change in the type of the keys. Okay, but this value may differ according to the data that we are passing. Okay, so this may be a number, this may be a string, this may be a array, this may be a object, this may be a uh, you know boolean expressions. Okay, so here okay, so this may be a string, this may be a object, this may be a object, this may be a array, this may be a boolean, or this may be a null also. Okay, so it can accept any of the value, whatever the applicable types we have, it can accept any of the type here. See, observe this example now. So we have created the object first, opening curly brace and closing curly brace. Okay, so we have created the object here. Then we have a key value pair. So I know that my always my JSON key is a string type. Okay, I have enclosed in the double quotes, and this value for the ID we are passing number type of value. Okay, so for the name we are passing string type of value. For the subjects, obviously a person can will be studying in multiple subjects, right? So whenever we have a, so for example, okay, name is a Harsh, fine. So for this person, obviously is not only studying a single subject. Okay, you will be studying a multiple subject. Okay, so in this case, okay, we know that subjects and all comes under the same key that subjects. Okay, so it's not possible as to, okay, we can create that also, like subjects one, subjects two, subjects three, like that. Okay, so to save the all this data, but that is not a recommended way, right? Because we are finally we are talking about the subjects only. Okay, so that is representing the this key itself. So it's no need to create a multiple subjects variables, right? So creating a multiple variables is not required by the time when it is referring to the same data, correct? So what we have to do, we have to follow the array concept. Whenever we want to store something, some detail about the particular key or particular variable, yes, we can make use of array concept. Okay, so to specify the subject, what are all the subjects is going through, yes, I have created the array here. Subjects is the key, and I have created the array to store the multiple values for the single key. Okay, so array creation is simple. Okay, here, so like opening square bracket and closing square bracket. Okay, and for the result I'm using a boolean. Okay, whether it is a true or false, and some simply I declared one variable here, and I'm providing it as a null. Okay, just to represent all the type of the values here. Okay, so then again sports is there, again I started a object. Okay, so which means that inside the JSON object, we can create the array. Inside the JSON object, we can create a one more object also. Okay, because this is all of the types, right? See, object, array, this is all the types. Okay, for this sports key, again, I'm providing it as a one more object. Okay, so this and all we'll be seeing in the further session, like complex and nested data. Whenever that particular concepts comes, I will be again teaching about this. Okay, but as of now, just understand what are the data types is applicable for the JSON, how to create a string, sorry, how to create a key value pair format of a JSON data, and what are the syntax we need to follow, what are the applicable data types for the string, what are the applicable data types for the values, what are the applicable data types. Okay, for the string, what is the applicable data type? For the string, what is the applicable data type?
Character.
Sorry, for the key, what is the applicable data type?
String.
String.
Okay, can it be a number, can it be a boolean?
No.
It's a alphabet. It's like not the numer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So what is the applicable data type for the values? If they ask you, yes, it is applicable. Okay, all this string, number, object, array,
Yeah, let me tell.
boolean, null. Okay, so to make you confusion only, this is the interview question. They will ask you if you are attending the API testing interview or any other interview with respect to this JSON. Okay, so what is the applicable data types for the key? Okay, what is the applicable data type for the values? Okay, to make you confusion, they will ask you what are the applicable data types for the keys. So by the time you can tell that, okay, there's only the one applicable data type, that is a string. Okay, it's not possible to have a multiple data types for the key, because it always be a string only. But for the value, we have a multiple data types. We have a string, we have a number, we have a object, we have a array, we have a boolean, we have a null. All these types is applicable for the values, but not for the key. For the key, only the string. Okay, this is what the simple answer. Okay, and if they ask you to create a sample data for the employee object, okay, for example, if they are asking you to create a sample data for the employee object, is okay, just make use of like this. Open the open the object and provide the employee id, employee name, and what are the details you need to add. Okay, so for example now, okay, I want to create a employee details now, employees detail. Okay, so employees is the name of the object now. Okay, so I have already explained you that inside the JSON, each and every data, okay, will be considered as a object. For example, see in this session, okay, in this session, around 17 counters there. Okay, so I want to create a data of all this 17 count. Okay, so how to create in the JSON? That is the question, right? So say suppose I'm creating the employee data now. Okay, we'll create this now. So I am providing name of the object is employees. Okay, employees, because I'm storing multiple employees data. Okay, so after providing this, what I will do, I'm opening and I'm closing it here. Okay. Okay, so now again I'm starting it here to define 17 employees detail. Okay, so here it's opened, it's closed. Okay, let me write in this. Okay, so in this, what I will do, emp id, just I will add a two data. Okay, so 1 comma emp name, maybe Jyoti. Okay, then okay, this is all about information of the Jyoti. Okay, now again I want to create a information about the let me take starting, who's there first in my list, Venu Krishna is there. Okay, so okay, so now I want to create a details of the Venu Krishna for this employees, because this 17 count belongs to this object now, because they're all employees of the one single organization now. Okay, so now again I want to create the details of the Venu Krishna, right? So what I have to do, again one more object. Okay, because each and every particular data is considered as a object in the JSON, so I want to create a one more object now. So I'm specifying the Venu Krishna's details now here. Okay, okay. Okay, this is complete about the Jyoti. This is complete about the Venu Krishna. And one more I want to specify now. So next is Upender. Okay. So just I will create a one more object the same. Okay, like this. Okay, so whatever the data you need to create, it should be in the object format only you need to follow. Four.
Ma'am, before the employees, do we need to write the curl brace?
No, 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 no. See, okay, okay. The thing is, yeah, this is the main object. Okay, so this is the main object now. Employees is the object, object name I'm providing. Okay, this is the main object. I'm providing the name of the object. See, if you were not provided the name means, yes, you can like this. Okay, see here. So this is the main object. Inside the main object, I am enclosing each and every person's data here. Okay, so inside the main object, I'm closing every data. Okay, so for this, I'm providing the name. Okay, generally, I'm declaring it as a name for this object, main object. This is the main object. This is all the nested objects. So why it is a nested thing? Because main is the employee object. Okay, inside the employee, for example, like this, guys. See, just refer the Java code now. Okay, the same thing I will achieve in the Java. Okay, let me create first here.
Yeah, Harshil.
Hmm? Yes.
In the nested objects, whenever you are finishing, right, no need to enter comma. Correct.
No need to enter.
Comma.
Yes, yes, you have to enter the comma. Very good. Okay, you need to enter the comma here. For the final one, okay, let it be the same. Okay. Hmm. So here, see, same this. If I want to achieve in the Java, okay. So what I will do, employee, okay, employee, uh, here, just I'll specify the object reference, okay. Hem, emp is equal to new employee. Okay, so this is the object. Okay, this is the object I'm creating in the Java for the employee class. Okay, so now I want to add a details of the employee. What I have to do now? Emp dot name is equal to name of the employee. Okay, and emp dot id emp dot id is equal to whatever the id. Okay, so this is about one single employee. One more employee, if I want to specify, means again I have to change the object reference. Okay, so how to change the object reference? Okay, see this, for example, here this employee detail belongs to Venu. Okay, so this employee details belongs to Upender. Okay, so for Upender, you can do instead of your employee name, just a designation, something you can give. Okay, maybe. Hmm. Okay, so if you want to achieve, see here, this is the employee class. For this, we are specifying the different object reference to specify the details about the particular person. Okay, here also, see inside this, to specify the each and every person's data, we are creating a different object here. So this is the different object that we are creating it here. Okay, so inside that, whatever the details you need to pass for the particular employee, yes, you can pass. Okay, for example, if they are referring employee ID1, it will retrieve you the all the details about the Jyoti, whatever you are storing it here in this employee, it means in this object. If you are providing a employee ID is equal to 2, it will retrieve the information, what all the information available in this particular object. Okay, means about the Venu, what are all the things you are storing it here, everything will retrieve. Okay, so this is how you need to write the details, means data in the JSON. Okay. Okay, if you want to specify like this, yes, say suppose here we have a phone number. So one good thing in this is we can have a okay, this is a phone number. Okay, I'm specifying it as a array. See, we don't have a phone number of this, 5 count, but I'm simply specifying. Okay, here I'm specifying the phone number. Fine. Okay, I'm closing it. Okay, so now again, what I will do. Okay, again I will specify one more object. What is that object? Maybe address. Okay, address. See, when it comes to address, obviously we will be having a multiple parameters, right? See, you have to understand when to use the array, when to use the object. Okay, so when it is array means for the same value, for example, hobbies is the same key. It's not possible you to, if you have a multiple hobbies means it's not possible you to specify hobby 1, hobby 2, hobby 3 like that, right? Means hobbies is a single key. Inside the hobbies, what are all the hobbies you have, that you have to specify. So by the time you have to go for the array. Okay, when it comes to address, okay, when it comes to address contains so many fields, right? I mean to say, total all the fields it contains. Okay, now I'm providing as a object, that is because I need to specify uh, street. Okay, I need to specify the street address, street detail. I need to specify the, what is that, landmark. Simply some details I'm providing. Okay, landmark. And okay, and again I need to specify the pin code. Okay, address contains all these extra parameters, right? So I'm specifying that in a object again. Okay, done. Okay, so which means that, see, this is the object started here for the, for this particular person. Okay, this object started here. So here we have a number type. Here we have a string. Here we have a array. Here we have a object. So inside the object, so object can also contain a one more object. Object can also contain a array. Okay, so then array can also contain, for example, now you know you can store it in, instead of in a main object, you can store it in a array only. Okay, this is a array because you are storing a multiple details, right? Because all the object detail, all the employees detail you are storing inside the single variable. Okay, that is employees variable. You can create it here, employees variable. Okay, so you are storing multiple objects inside the employees variable. Yes, you can declare it as a array. So an array contain multiple objects. Okay, and an object contain array and also a object. Okay, means array can contain a object as well as array can contain a one more array as well as, or else object can contain a one more object can contain the array as well. Okay, so according to the data we can handle, there's no any restriction that if you are using the array you can't use the object, if you are using a object you can't use the array. There's no restriction. It's very easy. See, by looking into the data itself we can understand what we are writing, and it is very easy to handle as well. Okay, so when we want to specify the array, just opening with the square braces and specifying the thing. When we have a one more, multiple data it contains means again we can declare again the object inside the object. So according to the data which we have, so accordingly we will be creating it here. Okay. Any doubt with respect to this? Any doubt like how to handle all these things?
Phone number is an array, correct?
Hmm.
Correct me if my understanding is.
Yes, I'm creating like that. It's like, it's your wish. Whatever you can make, create a array. See, for example, Jyoti is having a multiple phone numbers. Okay. Okay. So she is not having a multiple four means, yes, she's having a phone number or three phone numbers she has. She has to specify that in the details. Yes, if you want to contact me, is this one. If this is not reaching, is this one. If this is not reaching, is this one, like that. Okay. If you want to provide the details something about the multiple data, okay, not only phone number, you can specify some other details as well. Okay. Okay, like, if you want to specify, yeah, what is this, anything you can take. Okay. If you take a hobbies also contains the multiples. Basically, if any single key contains the multiple values, yes, you can specify that as a array. That's it. Okay. For
Actually,
demonstration for mm,
yeah, in
yeah.
the pin code, is it compulsory to mention in the double quote? Can you go to that screen?
Okay. Shit, 1 second.
Notepad.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, this did not mention in the double quotes.
Where?
The pin code. The next, yeah.
Yeah, that, I'm just making it as a.
Krishna for this employees because this 17 count belongs to this object now because they're all employees of the one single
Hey, what is that?
organization now. Okay. So now again I want to enter details of the menu Krishna, right? So what I have to do again one more object, okay? Because each and every particular data is considered as a object in the JSON. So I want to create one more object now.
What's
So I'm
happening?
specifying the menu details now here, okay?
From where it is coming? You guys are able to listen, means, listen some audio?
Yes, ma'am. It's like your recording type kind of thing. It's coming.
From where it's happening? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, let it be. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this is complete
Something
about
is
the
wrong.
duty. This is complete about the Vinaya Krishna. And one more I want to specify now. So next
1
is
second, yes. I will inform them. 1 second.
so just to create a one more object, the same.
Hello. Yeah, hello. Bhavani, something issue with the recording. It's, that see whatever the, record. Okay. Someone is asking something. I'm very sorry. Okay, this one. Okay, so this, just I'm just, providing it as a number type. If you want to provide it as a string type, you can provide. Okay, see, I'm providing it as a number data type. This data I'm pausing for this pin code as a number data type. So that's why I'm not enclosing it. See, for this employee ID also, I'm providing it as a number type. So I'm not enclosing it in a double quotes. Okay. For the number, it's no need to, enclose in the double quotes. Okay. So if it is a string only, you have to enclose in the double quotes. If you are passing the string type of data, then only you have to enclose it in a double quotes. For the number and all, you no need to specify in the double quotes. Okay. And if it is a true, okay. Okay, see, this is a example for the number. This is for the string, and here maybe some other type we have. Okay, that is a boolean. So for the boolean, what I can specify. Mhm. Boolean. Yes, true. Okay. So this is a boolean. So for this boolean, it's not possible to specify in the double quotes. Okay. So boolean is just a true or false. The rest just we need to specify. If it is only the string type of data, then you can specify in the double quotes. This is all the string, means this is a collection of character. Okay. So that's why I'm specifying in a double quotes. Number and all, I no need to specify in the double quotes. Okay. This is all about syntax of the JSON and how you can create a JSON. Okay. Any doubt with respect to today's session?
One question I have. How to
Okay.
know the key value is holding a multiple values? Let's say for the array, as you mentioned,
Okay.
like it that value can have a multiple values, hold a multiple values. So
Okay.
let's say here a phone number is holding a one value, one key value.
Mhm.
But how can we say like it is having a multiple values for one key value?
Means for the one key, or we can say it as being the multiple value, right? That is your
Yes.
question. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, here itself we are starting with the array, right? Here. See, this
So
is the
this
syntax. Mm.
okay. This is holding a one key value
This is the
because it's an
this,
array. So it
okay.
is holding a one key value. So
Yeah.
one key value can hold a multiple values, multiple key
Ye-
values. If it is a
yes. Yes.
so how come we know that this key value, this array value, having an internal values?
Okay. See, um, okay. See, this is the key. For this key, we have a multiple values. Okay. For example, how can we know means how to access it? You are asking about how to
Yes, yes,
ask.
in the result set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good question. Okay. So this is about the accessing part. Okay. That I thought to start tomorrow how to access the values in the array.
Okay, okay.
But
Got
fine.
it.
Now I will just give a idea. But tomorrow I will tell about the accessing part. Okay. So, for example, this phone number contains the multiple values. For example, you want to access the first value alone. You don't want to specify, you don't want to access the remaining two. Okay. Same thing in the array. To access the some data, what we will follow? We follow index, right? Okay. So we follow index, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So here also we have to specify phone number, phone number of 0. It will point to the 0th location. Okay. So then if I want to access the second value, it will have to provide the phone number is equal to 1. Okay. So no need to worry. Tomorrow complete session is for the accessing JSON data, all those things. Okay. I will
Okay.
specify in that. But the same thing. Okay. Index only we need to follow. Okay. So that part I will teach. Don't worry. Okay. Mm. Okay, so this is complete document about whatever the things I created, means whatever the things I've completed. Okay, this I will upload it in the drive now. This is what is JSON, and advantages of the JSON over the other languages, and the future of the means advantage of the JSON, and why to use the JSON. So for why to use the JSON, we have all the advantage, but I have written some other details as well in this. Okay, so next. JSON style and XML style. What is the difference between these two? And then, hmm, okay, so what are the data structure type we can have? So we have a JSON object, we have a JSON object in array, we have a nesting of a JSON object. Means I have what I have already explained. Okay, so JSON object we can create. Inside the object we can also have a array. Inside the object we can also have a one more object. Okay, so all these things, how to achieve this? This is all about the JSON object example. Means JSON object example means here we have yes, starting with the object and closing with the curly brace. So this is how we need to specify the data inside the JSON. Okay. So for example, whenever we have a multiple employees, we need to represent with by creating the objects only, multiple objects. Okay. Since it is here a single object, yes, they have provided it as a see here JSON object name they have provided, and they start accessing that. Okay. So here, since it is a single object, directly they are accessing it here. Chaitanya, Chaitanya is a way. Okay, for example, here, if you look at here, see, we can also do that. Hmm. So this is a array. Okay, this is a array. So in this array, I will provide the name of the array now. Okay, so what is the array name? Where employees. And this is the employees data. Now, this for the single key. Okay, for the employee is the single key. For this key, we have all this data. Means this is a array now. Okay, so for this array, we have a multiple values now. What is that multiple values? This object started here, this object ending here. Okay, so this object starting here, this object ending here. Okay, now you want to access the phone number. Okay, how you will do? First, you have to traverse from the employees. Okay, so employees contains the multiple object. If you want to refer Jyoti's data, okay, how to do that? So here I will write. Okay, first employees. So if I want to access Jyoti detail, what is the index I need to specify? What is the index I need to specify?
0.
Yes, okay, 0, because it will point to the Jyotis, because this is the zeroth, okay, this is the first, and this is the second, this is the third, okay. So I want to specify I want to point to the Jyotis data. So employees of 0, immediately control will comes to this particular object, okay. So in this, again, you want to access the phone number. Okay, what you have to do? Dot phone number. So in that also again you have a array. Okay. So in that also you want to specify location. It will print what it will do. First it will come to the employees and it will point to here, and it will in this multiple data it will point to the phone number. In that also again we have a array. It will print the first location data. Okay. This is what the syntax you need to follow. Just traversal. Okay. Okay.
VAR is a variable, is a syntax.
Yes, dear.
If
See, yeah. See, VAR is, general way of specifying. Means instead of, specifying the particular data type, so we are specifying the var employee. Means like, referring to this is the name of the something. Means, if it is a array name. If it is a object name. Okay. This is just a, like, in JavaScript and all we specify let also, right? Means it refers to the all the type. Okay.
okay,
And here, okay, so now, this is objects in array. Okay, so example for the objects in array. See, here array started. Okay, this is what we are working now. See, all the example I provided in the document. Okay, see how to work with the objects in array. Okay, so this is the array declaration. Inside the array we have multiple objects, means multiple persons data. This is the Stu's data, this is the Peter's data, this is the Sophia data. Okay, so all the data we are specified in the object format, and that we are enclosing inside the students array. Okay, to access that, see a same way. First we have to specify the array name, and I have to point to the particular object. Okay, that is 0, and I want to access the age here. Okay, it will print this nested on you. Okay, nested means this is the object started inside the object, one more object. That is what nested we call. Okay, so whenever it is a object concept, there is no need to specify the index and all. Directly we are traversing. So for tomorrow we'll work on it clearly. Okay, but I have all this document. I will upload it in your drive. Okay, I will upload it in a drive. You can go through that. Okay, any doubt with respect to whatever the things we are covered? If you have any doubt, just inform me tomorrow. Okay, just have a discussion and let me know tomorrow. We'll try to clear. Okay, so this is the drive for your batch. Okay, okay, anything else?
Harshil, today's video session, will you upload it?
Yes, yeah, they will upload. See, this online team will upload it. Okay, all the videos will they will upload inside this drive. You can access it. Okay, anything else?
Harshan, how Java concepts are used for STP and what we learn?
How Java concept?
What concept we will learn to for the REST API?
Just go through the core Java concept. That is enough. Okay, like what is class, what is object, what is method, what is inheritance, what is encapsulation, and data types, and array concept, and access modifier. Okay, constructor. Just this basic concept. Okay, just have a knowledge on the basic concept. Then remaining and all, while I will, while I am working with the just assured part, I will be explaining that. Okay, so I will be explaining whenever it's required. All the concepts I will also be giving you the idea. But yes, okay, from now also you can just give a concentration on that part. Basic thing, not much, not much code is required. Okay, but at least you should have a basic knowledge on that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah, okay, okay, guys. Then, yeah, we'll connect tomorrow. If you have any queries, if you have any doubts, let me know tomorrow. Okay. If you are not understanding something also, let me know in tomorrow's session. Okay. Okay. Then bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.